How often do we just stop ourselves? Do we get in the way of our own progress? And so I've got 17 ideas for you to bust through that wall of self-doubt and self-limitation. And let's dive right in because we got to cover a lot of ground. Okay, some of these I'm gonna go really fast through because they don't need explaining. Some of these I'll talk more about, but let's talk about 17 ways to get out of your own way. First off, don't stop. Just like, don't even give the idea of like, well, what if I stopped, or maybe this is like not for me. Don't even give it space in your head. Second thing, keep a routine. Routines alone will save you from having those conversations in your brain that you shouldn't be having. 3, have a go-to pick-me-up. This could be that you always know talking to this friend makes you feel better, that you listen to this song and it really jazzes you up, that maybe when you're having a really hard time and need a little bit of a cry fest or a breakdown, you can watch a chick flick or go get a fizzy drink or like go do something that's going to help you feel better, because we can't pretend that there's not days where that totally happens to us. Okay, focus on the good. This one doesn't need a lot of explaining because I am so serious about the fact that we have just got to focus on what we love about ourselves and what's working right. Because if we want to, we can find every reason it's not working and every reason that there's no reason or way for us to achieve our goals. So just don't go there. Okay, my next tip for you, pray. It's very naive to think that we can solve all of our problems on our own. And so I would encourage you to go to the ultimate source of power and to pray to your Heavenly Father and ask for help, ask for guidance, ask for help pushing through this self-doubt, and you're gonna get some answers. The next thing I want you to know is that you need to keep your goals in front of you. This is as simple as I have a list on my vision board, which is right next to my bed. So when I wake up and when I go to bed, I'm looking at it and it's got my list of goals. This is as simple as you can post pictures of what you want next to your mirror when you get ready in the morning. Right now, my screensaver on my phone are my goals, like visual reminders that, oh yes, I'm working towards that goal. So keep them in front of you because it's so easy to forget and to think that you really don't want that when they're not constantly in front of you. Moving right along, another tip that I have for anybody trying to get out of their own way is stay focused. Focus on the good, focus on what you're doing, focus on your outcome, but stay focused. And then also, block out naysayers. Unfollow people on social media. Tell your mom that maybe you guys can't talk about your new business anymore. Like, just set boundaries for yourself because it's hard enough to deal with the self-doubt. We don't need other people adding to that mix, so just don't go there. I'd like to remind you to breathe. Just honestly taking a minute. Maybe genuinely you need to take a 1-day break, a 1 hour, a 4-hour break from whatever is like providing that pressure to you. Maybe it's your goals. It's okay to take a break and to breathe. Also, to get out of your own way, you need to visualize your future. This one works wonders for me. So whenever I start to really doubt my purpose, or I look at my video and I'm like, oh my gosh, my hair is so wild and what am I thinking and blah, blah, blah. I think about the future I want to create. And one thing I know for sure is that in my future, it's only possible because I didn't stop. It's only possible because I kept going. Who knows how far away that future is, but I know that the only way for me to get there is to keep going. So visualize your future and make that a regular practice for yourself. Also, focus on now. Now, this might seem the opposite of visualizing your future, but it's not. We constantly are thinking about our future selves and who we want to be, and we focus on right now, what can we do to achieve that goal? It's usually staying true to your goals. It's usually, surrounding yourself with people that you love. So be sure that you focus on what you are doing right now in this moment to take care of yourself and to reach your goals. Keep busy. This is one that a lot of people are like, what? Wait, I'm usually watching this video because I'm frustrated. I'm upset. I'm having a breakdown. I'm not sure what I want to do with my life. Keep busy. Have you ever noticed that when you have a totally free day, that you have more time to think about your life and your problems and everything that's not right, and to like really focus and nitpick yourself. On the other hand, when we stay really busy and we're focused on our goals, we don't even have time to worry about things as silly as our hair, to our progress on our goals. We're just so focused on an outcome. So if you feel like you're in your head and getting in your own way, try seeing if you have a little bit too much downtime to think about these things and mull them over and ponder all the disasters that could happen, and instead readjust that time to saying, okay, I wasted about 10 minutes a day, you know, on like social, looking up accounts that make me feel sad about where my business is. I'm going to use that time to instead create posts that I love, right? Redirect that time. I love this tip. Find mentors. Now, when people think of this, they usually think of like a boss, a manager, somebody they personally know that they can go meet with once a week. And that's awesome. I do think that can be unrealistic sometimes in our life. So I have tons of mentors, and guess what? I haven't met any of them in person, but I still can pull from their knowledge, their wisdom, their personality, and use that to help push myself forward. And honestly, when times are hard, you think to yourself, well, Oprah had hard times, and had she stopped, she wouldn't be multi-billionaire she is today, right? So I'm gonna keep going. So find mentors that you really resonate with, that you can relate to on your goal kind of level. Affirmations. Yes, that's a real piece of advice that I have for you. I hope that you're saying affirmations to yourself. I hope that you have some go-to affirmations. I've definitely been on both sides. Like when I was in college, I said affirmations every single day on my way to school, on my way back to school, and it really helped. Right now in my life, I'm not at that same stage just because I don't have like a big commute to a college campus every day. But I do have some go-to phrases, some sayings that I repeat to myself all the time, like, I have my own back, I like who I am, I have mission and purpose. Like, I have a mission and purpose. I have a big work ahead of me, and it doesn't matter how long this takes, I'm worth it. Those are things I constantly say to myself when I'm in a funk. So if you're trying to get out of your own way, I hope you can come up with a couple affirmations that ring true to you, that address what you're going through, and that you can just repeat them to yourself throughout the day. Same as you get ready, write them on your mirror. Little ways to remind yourself that yes, you're on the right path. Also, build a support group. That one is so vitally important, and anybody who's accomplished something great and amazing and that other people aspire to didn't do it by themselves. They had a support group. So find yours. Maybe that's, you know, a virtual support group of a Facebook group, or maybe that's, you know, a community that you really resonate with. Maybe that's just one friend. Maybe that's your spouse or your boyfriend or anything like that. Like, just find people that support you and can really buoy you up when you are having those hard moments. I love this one. This one I say to myself every day. It's written on my mirror. It says, don't negotiate with yourself. This one is so important because we negotiate with ourselves all day, every day. And if you really want to take your habits and your goals to the next level, you got to stop negotiating with yourself. So, example that happens every single day to every single person in the whole world is 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7, whenever you wake up, your alarm clock rings, right? And you get up and you have a choice, and your brain says, oh, hit that snooze button. You're so tired and you've been working so hard, and you'll get a workout in later that day, or you can sleep in a couple minutes and you won't be late to work, right? You deserve it. That's what our brain says. And we have to say, I don't negotiate with you, brain. And you get up anyway, because guess what? I've never won an argument with my brain. I really haven't. Like, I can pull out every reason I shouldn't get out of bed. And if I start to negotiate with my brain and say, well, I don't know if I've worked hard enough, my brain's gonna come with all these reasons of why I worked hard enough to sleep in. So just don't negotiate. When your alarm goes off, we don't even give ourselves the chance to think about snoozing, right? And we get up. This happens all the time, not even just with like our alarm clocks ringing, but see where you're negotiating with your brain and where it's not helping you, and just stop the negotiation. Doesn't even have to be on the table. And then this one, this tip I really advise to anybody who is kind of struggling right now to believe in themselves, and that is to keep good media coming in. There's a lot of media out there in the world. And when I say media, I mean everything. Music, movies, social media, posts from friends, text messages, emails from work. Like, there are so many messages bombarding us every single day. And some of those we have no control over, but the majority of them we do. And so I encourage you to only let good media in. This is why I personally don't go to rated R movies, or even like scary movies. I just don't go to them, whether they're rated PG or PG-13 or rated R. I don't go to them because I don't want to give space in my mind to those thoughts, because I don't do good with those thoughts. Now, there's people who love scary movies, and I don't think that's bad at all. But just for me and my brain, it's not a good place for me to go. And so I don't go there. I don't allow that media in. I say, oh, scary movies? I'm sorry, you're for somebody else. You're not for me, right? I had to go through my Instagram account, and I'm really into fitness. I think it's a huge part of personal development and a huge part of who I am. And there's some fitness accounts that I can follow and like who I am and like my body and feel like, oh yeah, I'd like to have shoulders like that. Okay, I'm gonna work out like that. I'm gonna try this, right? It inspires me. There's other fitness accounts that I've had to unfollow because it makes me hate my body. It makes me feel like I will never be that skinny, or like I look more like the before photo than the after photo, right? And so I'm really careful about the media that I allow into my life, because sometimes we're like, oh, this is good and this is bad, but there's a lot of gray. And like personal things, like I don't like scary movies, so I don't let that media in. But just be certain that whatever you're consuming is serving you and your purpose. And if it's not, unsubscribe, unplug, unfollow, unlike. Just, you don't have time for it. So make sure you always have good media coming into your life. Okay, you just got hit with 17 ways to get out of your own way and to get out of the way of your own success, because believe me, I have been there. And we get in these funks and we get in these down moods and we just start to feel like it's not worth it. I'm here to tell you, as your coach, as your friend, it is totally worth it. And so I hope these 17 tips help you out. I hope that these are something that you can remember a couple and try them. And then when you're having another hard day, you'll come back and try a couple others, because some of these are gonna work wonders for you and some of these are gonna just be okay. So I hope these help you out. I cannot wait to see you in my next video. So Abbi J out.